Hello YouTube and welcome to March of Giants. This is the most recent MOBA to come out from Amazon Game Studios, and I've been putting a lot of hours into it. There's a lot of small things to learn, a lot of depth here, and I wanted to share that experience with you. But before we jump in, here is the stream key that I did promise in the thumbnail. If you click on this, it's only good for one, but don't worry, I have more keys available over on my Twitch stream. I'll be streaming this all day if you want to come and hang out and get a key, and of course playing customs with us. Okay, so first things first, what is March of Giants? It's a MOBA, as mentioned, 3 lanes across the board, and if you want to play, I highly recommend getting into it and then checking the Learn feature. Here they have a couple of mechanics that are very different compared to most MOBAs, so things are familiar. There are things that will throw you off and maybe switch you up if you played like League, Dota in the past, and you need to figure them out because there are RTS mechanics. So go through and play through all of these if you can, and then once you do that, you can hop in and play against AI, which is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be playing against a couple of bots. We're going to go into a co-op match, that way I can teach you slowly but surely, and then of course you can play for PvP later on when you're queuing it in your own time. So let's go ahead and hop in and see how it goes. Now when you hop in, you're going to have a priority system. This is similar to Deadlock. You can lock your characters that you want to play. So for today, let's go ahead and bring down our priority on these characters, and we'll run Striker. Down here in the bottom right, we have our PvE and PvP. PvP is only certain for a certain amount of hours. But for now, we're just gonna go straight into the PvE. Let's hop in and see how it goes. Okay, so here's gonna be the first thing. We're gonna walk up and grab the supply over here on the right, and we're in the middle lane, so we're gonna head straight over to our tower. Now, something to note is if you come over here and you click this little icon here, you can get into voice chat. It is open mic. This is an early access. They do not have push to talk, so if you want to communicate, here it is. There is no typing in the game yet, but I have been told they are looking and evaluating that in the future, and there hasn't been any thoughts about like removing chat to like remove toxicity or anything. They're just currently building up the game. Okay, so first thing you'll notice is that I have a lot of minions near me. This is your bot. You will pull people towards you like Pikmin, and you can throw them at your opponents by hitting D. If you throw them, they will collide with your opponent, and of course the minions in front of you. If they get on your opponent, they do decent damage if they're in charge mode. So be aware of that. That is something that you're going to always be constantly doing. It's controlling your minion waves. Now, the one with big health bars you can't grab, but the little guys, they're completely yours. You can pick them up. You only have a certain amount. Let's see that little black bar underneath. 80 available to you, and there are ways to build to get more available on you. That's kind of what you're doing. So I'm going to wait here and show you some cool micro. If you see on the side and someone throws them at you, you can actually meet them in the middle, and you can step up and try to kill them off if you have the same amount of numbers, right? So you have offensive and defensive ways to play, but these minions are going to be important throughout the entire game. Now, in the bottom, you do see that I have 4 abilities. This is not like League or Dota where you have to level up your abilities, or Heroes of Storm where you have talents. Once you level up something, you're good to go, and you will be able to do this once at the very beginning and one every 1,000 that you move up here. So at level 1, I'm going to go ahead and pick up Harpoon Punch, which is basically going to be a hook for my character.
Looks like giants can be killed.
Something to note as well is we have a passive down here, Bioelectric Ages. Ooh, the audio's kind of loud. Let me turn this down. My bad.
Giant down.
I did not realize how loud the audio's been. Please forgive me. Okay, let's get him up our tower real quick. We're gonna go in here, go for some last hits. Ooh, speaking of last hits, those are actually very, very important in this game. So, as you can tell, by looking at these little minions, you have a little yellow bar in them. Once you get underneath that, that's your threshold to go for a last hit. And if you go for those said last hits, you will get a full amount of money. However, if you do not hit the last hits, you will have little golden symbols that fall on the ground, and that will be the money that you miss up and you have to pick it up. And it will be discounted. I do believe that you'll miss out on 10 to 20 gold merits, whatever you call it in this game, if you do not go for the last hit. So last hit's important, not like incredibly important where you feel very extend for it, but you want to try and get them so you get the max amount of money, right? There are a couple of things to realize as well if you did play the tutorial. You have your attack, so you have a left move like anyone else, so you a left click to move, you have your right to move, and then you have just left click if you stop moving anything, and this will attack right in front of you. And this is one of the best ways to pounce on your opponent's minions and take them out. Oop, they're walking up, so we're gonna go ahead and D so we don't get hit. There you go. Oh, I might get picked off here. Oh, they're coming for me. So you can see I'm left clicking here to try and slam in front of me. Something to figure out, right? Let's go ahead and back home and heal up. Most items in this game are going to be $500 to $1,000, which you can see over here on the right side. You will hit P to pull up in your shop. And for the most part, you have your augment, you have your damage, shield, health. You have ways to customize your character as you would like. I myself have not dabbled into mini builds. I'm about 10 to 12 hours into it. I haven't done too much. I've been going for the recommended build path, which you can do clicking here. And this will go ahead and give you one clean build from the devs that works. I'm going to go ahead and grab my 1000 regeneration dynamo. What this will do is after taking a total of 3000 damage, I gain permanent bonus of 1% health regen, maximum 30%. There are a few items that you can start with that do scale up throughout the game. So be aware of that. There are some that do not scale up, and you'll have to figure that out as you play through more. And I can help out with more builds in the future, but that is not the focus of today's video. Also, this announcer is so loud. Let me turn him down. I did not realize how loud these guys are. Let's bring him down to 30. Okay, so we've learned how to micro our minions. We're controlling our towers, things like that. And then we want to continue trying to just farm up the best that we can in our waves. But there are elements to the game that you need to be aware of. I'm gonna go for a full combo on this guy. Go for an attack, orb walk, keep my attacks up, move up, DM. Grab these back here, DM again. You can see how much damage you can do if you control the minions, right? We keep throwing them in, keeping them charged, and then once we roll out minions, he's gonna come in for me, so I'm gonna kite backwards and clear the minions coming on me. So you can kind of see the micro that's going on in between these matchups, what I'm trying to avoid, what I'm not trying to get hit by. I see these coming in, so I'm gonna go ahead and sidestep them so I don't get hit by them. And if they're not in their charge mechanic, all they'll do is throw a rope on you and slow you down. So keep an eye on those minions, they are important. They don't look like it, but they are. Let's go for some attacks. Try and find a hit of this fella. Nice, got the pick, and we got some extra money down here in the bottom right. Okay, we're gonna grab our third ability here, which basically allows me to put a shield on someone, but this, I can put a character focus out later on. Today we're just focusing on the macro. Now, speaking of macro, there are elements of a jungle in this game, and there are things that you want to fight for. Here is one of those. This is called a bulldozer, and you'll need minions to grab this for you. So you can take them out of the lane, throw them over there with your charge, and they'll start working on the project for you. Now, you will have to defend it if anyone rotates over, so do be aware of that.
Time to win this.
And what this is going to do is give me a bulldozer that's going to push into a lane and do some damage. Oop, there's some people walking up, so we need to get ready to fight this. We move in, we go for a combo, do some damage. I'm going to go ahead and use my E on her because I actually take away shields from people. And I'm trying to make sure that she doesn't kill my minions that are on this. If she doesn't put their own minions, she will steal it from me. Okay, we're going to cover some more minions, coming for the combo over here. And hopefully you're starting to get an idea of how this micro goes, right? Pretty crazy, huh? Full combo, keeping the damage up. I'm watching out for Cloud Lady on the top. Looks like they haven't attempted to take this yet. Thank God we're playing against bots, right? Ooh, let's grab these crates down here on the bottom left. And we'll talk about these later, but the crates are getting built up over here. Trust me, I just want to show you this. Ooh, hang on, kiting backwards, grabbing minions. We're gonna go for a full engage on this. Engaging, moving them up, going for an attack. Kiting backwards, and you can see that these minions are actually building ropes on top of my turret here. That is one of the tools that you will use to break your opponents down. I'm gonna set my minions up here and let them finish that if I can.
Looks like the mine's tapped
This will
out.
allow for your opponents to do damage to your turret if they are near it and attacking. That little gray bar means protected, means it can't be focused down. You need minions in order
Siege dozer repaired,
to
sir.
attack
We're on
turrets
the
in this
move.
game. Everything is about wave control. So we have this going up in the top lane. This is a giant bulldozer that's just gonna run it down. And speaking of run down, I'm gonna run it down with them. Put some minions on top, grab these minions. Ooh, I forgot I have real humans in this game as my teammates. So they're able to help me push this push as well. Keeping our attacks up. And you can now see that we have minions on top of this, and it's attacking. However, I can't do any damage. So what I'm gonna do is take that supply that I've been farming in lane and build out a couple of these metallic tanks. These will absorb the damage for me on the tower, which will allow me to put pressure on it while these guys hold it down. Interesting, right?
Looks like our giants just got
I'm going
another
to attack this
kill.
bunker. This is a bunker that they could have built up. He built it up for defense. I'm going to hit it and then let it explode. It will explode in a radius. This, I believe, is to prevent a lot of people from just like building a bunch of bunkers and being unpunchable. If you clear it out, it will explode near it. And now you can see that little gray bar is getting smaller and smaller. And now I'm doing full damage to this turret. So that's from building on the supply that I have over here on the far left. This is that RTS element that I've been talking about a lot. My ultimate has been unlocked, and he's building up another bunker. Now, you can move in on these bunkers and try to clear them up before they spawn, and you can take them out and kill them before they get up. It's one of the ways to beat the game. There are other elements like this. It's like debris that have crashed on the ground. If you throw your minions on top of them, they'll start working, like Pikmin, to clear it up for you, and they'll give you supply. But you do need to have to manually go up there and pick it up. All right, our friend has thrown a bunker over here. You can also build trenches as well. and you'll have a bunch of minions go into the trenches, and then you can use your D on top of it to send them out, right? But they'll play more defensively, so it's a good way for you to like play a top lane on your own and play around that. Cool. Let's go check out some other elements that are floating around this map here after a quick buy. We're gonna go ahead and head home, grab a few more units. We're gonna grab a shield damage converter. I'm just getting tanky basically. I got regen, shield converter. And then you have augments. Augments can affect one ability and only one ability when you purchase it, so you need to choose wisely. In this case, I'm gonna choose range on my harpoon punch, which has allowed me for it to engage. And I have a little bit more money left, 1,000. I can buy a later item here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab cooldown reduction and put it on my W. My W gives me a shield based on how many people are around me in a fight when I hit it, so I like the idea of having that up a lot because I like to be a little bruisery and battery. This is the shield battery. Both teams will have one. Yours is up in the top left corner. There's one in the bottom right corner. You kill these, and these back line devices will not have shields in them anymore. It makes them a little bit more tanky, so it's another point of contention for you to consider when you're moving forward and you're trying to fight in these games. If you try to push your opponent and they have the shield battery up and you do not kill it and get past the shields, it will regenerate the shield and give it a little bit more HP. This is a good time for me to note that this game is in closed alpha and early access. Things may change, and I might even be telling you things that are incorrect, to be quite frank with you. These are from my own playing. I've only played for like 12 hours. Typically, I wait 50 to like 80 hours before I do a video like this. However, I am going on vacation relatively soon, so I wanted to get something out to teach people because I realized there's a lot of content missing on how to play this game. Now, I have a passive that when I stand next to buildings, it actually gives them a shield and regenerates their health, so I'm going to stand here for a second. This is one of the characters that I have down here. Right there. Grants maximum shield to nearby allied buildings equal to 10% of their maximum health as Strikers, Cooper, Kyles constantly generate a protective field. So they're looking a little bit stronger. That's pretty good, right? Okay, let's go check out a few more minions. Oh, trees are activatable. You can clear those out pretty easy. So if you think people might be in there and you're a ranged character, don't be afraid to clear them out. I'm going to send my minions over here and start clearing these up. Just do whatever damage I can. Now, when I do take these out, they will give me a little bit of money, but the main appeal that you're getting from clearing out the camps is actually getting more supply available too. And the supply is pretty much the RTS is part of this game and what you're going to be focusing on when you're trying to push down turrets or set up defenses in general. So you have a few options available too. In this case, I have a soldier drop, which will just straight up drop Marines off of me, and you might need to use it in a fight. You have a trench available too, which you saw earlier, which sets up a defensive area for your minions to hang out in. Oh, I need to focus up. These are actually, I'm not too strong to kill this yet. Let's rotate over here. And go ahead and start healing up. You have the bunkers that you've seen a few times thrown down by people. They will focus down the large minions as well as enemy heroes, but will not focus on the small minions at all. You have your the turtle tanks. These absorb damage from turrets as long as you don't hit the opposing hero or giant underneath the turret will not focus you in the fight. However, if you do damage to them, it will ignore those and hit you instead. 7 is a depot. A total of 70 scrap is needed for that. And I'm going to show you what that does right now when I clear this out. Great timing. Ooh, the Colossus is up here on the map. Okay, so the Colossus is actually up here in the top right corner. It's basically your Baron or Dragon or Boss in Heroes of the Storm. It is the big, useful buff that you're going to be trying to utilize when you're in fights. Did I miss my scrap? I totally didn't get my scrap. It's okay. Some scrap does come in lanes as well. I'll come down here and work on this first. We'll get that. I need one more scrap. You can give scrap to your teammates by hitting 6. It'll drop 10 on the ground. So don't be afraid to do that. Here is the Colossus. It is big and mighty. I have no interest in fighting that right now.
Giant fool.
But I am going to go look for another bulldozer. You have to scout it out, and once you see it's not available, that means it's going to be available on the top left side, right? It's 2 spots that can spawn. I'm going to come over here in the middle lane. We're going to see about a possible fight. Actually, he's pretty far ahead of me. This might not be a good fight for me. Yeah, this is not a good fight for me. I don't want to fight this. I'm actually kind of behind on this bot. I'm going to run away now. No, thank you, sir. I have a shield in 2 seconds. I'm going to hit this so it starts hitting them. There we go. And retreat away. So she's still chasing. Gonna move up. Pinging my teammate and ask him to help out. We're gonna grab some minions, sit on top. Go for the hit. Nice. And I'm gonna go ahead and ult and lock him into a corner. I'm locking him right in front of my minions so the minions come over and grab him, and that'll be a kill. So you can kind of get a sense of like wave control is very important in this game. You're commanding armies. You are commanding your heroes, and they are important, but controlling the massive amount of minions in front of you is more important than just trying to outmaneuver or outskill your opponent.
Heading your way.
Okay, let's walk up here, and we're gonna start throwing some of these minions on top of this so we can get this going once again.
Friendly giant fall confirmed.
And you can probably tell why I enjoy this game so much. I am all about macro and MOBAs. It is my favorite thing. So I'm able to walk over here. I'll throw some more minions on top of that. Gonna grab another group of minions. Oh, okay, never mind. We're gonna go for a fight here. Move it in. Attacking. I'm gonna spread out. This person is actually very combo based and does good AoE. So I want to make sure that if we're having this fight, we are relatively split. Although it is a boss, that should be a big deal. Do some damage. There we go. That pulls you into the middle, and then she can do a lightning damage afterwards. Okay, we now have our bulldozer going in the top lane again, so I'm gonna head up there. But before I do that, I want to show you this depot I was talking about. You can build a mobile base next to your turrets anywhere you want on the map here by hitting 5 and then clicking it. Now, your opponents can destroy it, so be aware of that, but you can walk up and just straight up buy whatever you need here. Now, you do not get the advantage. Okay, thank you for yelling into my ear. You do not get the advantage of healing from it, though, so be aware of that. That is a trade-off that you'll have to deal with. Let's send some soldiers over here, have them start farming up. I'm gonna start clearing out his soldiers so he can't deal with it. Come back. Toss that on top. Ooh, looks like he's kind of aggro. We got the 25 supply. We're gonna move forward. And I realize the turret's actually relatively low, so let's get to a spot where we clear out his turrets, or his minions, excuse me. Clear these out.
Looks like our giants just got another kill.
I'm gonna wait for one more minion wave to come in and try and group up my minions as much as I can. Here we go. Here we go. Pull these back into the turrets. Remember, I'm able to give a shield to these. We're gonna go for a hard engage, start hitting. And now we're gonna lock our minions on top of him, right? Grab that, come back, more minions, micro them back in. And we should be able to get the kill here. Bam, nice. Now we kill his minions off, and I'm gonna build a bunch of cars. I'm gonna layer them out so they don't all crash at once. And then we're gonna bring in some minions too, with my extra supply. Here they come. We're gonna move forward. We're gonna charge them through the trenches to kill those off. And then once he's get in here and start locking down the turret, I'm gonna come back here and kill this.
We're gonna fall without support.
And then it's gonna explode. But then I'm gonna knock it into one area. You can actually punch it for a focused attack in a certain area, which is pretty cool. So I'm gonna use that to my advantage to take out his minions. And we're gonna go ahead and clear that out too. It did hit some of my minions, but at least we don't have to deal with a big explosion. And that will continue moving forward.
Finally.
All right, all is well in that regard. We do have tunnels in this game as well. You can use the tunnels to rotate if you would like. There are a few on the map. This is something that I'm working on myself. I'm not incredibly good at it. I wish I was. And it'll go straight underneath the entire map. Now, he's got a big wave over here. We're gonna try and avoid him and not going for a hard fight. Uh-oh, we're getting surrounded by multiples. Let's go and drop our shields. We'll do an attack. Keep kiting away, trying to avoid whatever's coming his way, microing whatever's trying to hit me. So I have to deal with the damage. Gonna take his shields away. Looking for it, coming down to our teammates. They're building up a couple of turrets. Now we can turn around and fight. Pop our shields. We are currently in a 1v3, so I don't want to be too hard in the paint over here. I see our teammates walking in though. I'm just gonna try and clear whatever minions squeeze out. Okay, I have a combo in 3 seconds. I'm gonna move in and set up my team for a kill. Here we go. Go for an ultimate. Go for a shield. Start our attacks. Grab our minions and send them forward. They begin to do damage, and we're able to kill it up. Now, obviously, this looks way easier than it is. It's not that easy in a real match of PvP. We're just playing against bots right now, so you can learn alongside me. But pretty cool how that works, right? And so with 3 people being dead, they're pretty long death timers. I'm going to push forward here to the best of my ability. Just dropping down abilities, clearing out all of his minions. Isn't this so sick how you're just moving forward and just cleaning up people that are in front of you? Let's build a couple of these turrets. Toss these down. We do need some minions. I may have made a mistake there with my current micro because we need them to turn that off. So let's go ahead and get some minions and charge them forward so they get there faster. Okay. Send them forward, and then we're gonna grab a couple of these minions and have them start working on that. Now, there is a micro trick that I didn't talk about. You can actually pull your minions back by hitting F, so you can fake out your opponents. There are some characters in this game that will shut down mechs that you need to be aware of. And so using that D into F will cancel the charges and pull back your guys. So you can kind of bait them out a lot. Or force them to go for an engage. A little micro, right? Okay, so I have $3,100. Let's go down here to this menu wave and clear this out. Let's get a little bit more farm, right?
Giant fall. Giant
Continue these
fall.
attacks.
Our
I'm hitting the
dreams are in
middle
the
because
mud.
it's an AoE attack. So I want to try and get as much splash damage as I can. Okay, that's all cleared up, and let's go ahead and head back home and buy. So, in my recommended build, I'll be getting the basic trainer, increasing the area effect of basic attacks by 70% and allowing them to deal half damage to all giants in the area, and then momentum is going to be my movement speed. It's going to be really, really helpful. Currently, I see middle lane pushing in, so I'm going to rotate over there and begin to defend it. Okay, that's going to be an attack coming forward. I'm just dodging her minions, and then I'm going to go up there and kite up afterwards. Dodging her minions. I've seen her use all of her abilities, so I'm going to go forward and do an attack. Take away her shields, kite backwards,
Need help, sir?
and get under my
We can
tower.
pick up that siege dozer on your order.
Let's go ahead and build a couple of trenches up. We'll put them over here on the side, just to help out with this defense, because it does look like they're trying to push up. And I want to go ahead and stack some minions here on the side, so they don't push too far in, right? Just give you an idea of what defenses can look like. So my minions are going to go ahead and hop into there. And then we have a nice fortified base here in the middle of the map. And they will stay there for the entire duration of the game until I pick them up or someone comes and kills them. They listen, they're very, very loyal. Probably a good thing, right? Okay, I shouldn't be fighting here, because I don't really have that many minions. But now that he's moving in, I'm going to go ahead and go for an ult. I pulled him in. This guy is kind of like a Worgen form. When he goes into Worgen form, he does a lot of damage and does a lot of attacks, so I want to make sure that I'm there to help him out. Perfect. That's all cleaned up. And now we can go ahead and start moving our minions forward. So I'm going to go ahead and send these minions forward by walking up on top of them and hitting D. Getting them to enjoy the party. And that way they're pushing the lane. So now we have a lot of minions moving forward. We have 3 people dead. I'm going to start building some cars. Get them in the mix here. And we're going to start heading out. Now there is a bulldozer above me, but I want to use this time that people are dead to take out a tower. So let's push forward. I'm going to use my minions to kill through these. If they don't get countered by a minion, they'll just charge right through them and clean them up, as you can see there. Cool. Let's grab these guys. Run through these, and then hit this and kill these trenches, right? So they don't have them in the future. Clean them up. They've all been knocked, and there's a lot of supply back here that I actually really, really want. So I'm going to come over here and steal this from my opponents and start walking away. I don't want to hit them if I'm in this giant radius, because I will take a lot of damage from the tower. That red damage, that little red circle, shows I'm about to get hit. And if I'm about to get hit, I gotta be careful, because it is a massive amount of damage. Turrets do not play around in this game at all. Speaking of playing around, I'm getting cooked right now by the opposing team. I'm trying to retreat. Might be able to get out. I'm going in to help. I went in and got the pick. Able to escape with 30 HP. I'm gonna go ahead and give some more of these for my team to push with. And those will move forward and take the tower for my Lucky Lull to move in. He'll have to send some minions, but I'm sure he'll do that. We now have momentum, which will give me a massive amount of movement speed. Oh, looks like he avoided that. That's okay, though. I'm gonna go work on the bulldozer here. More time to teach, right? All right, so let's walk over here. Send 80 minions. We're gonna grab more of these minions next. Come with me if you want to live. Toss them over. Let's grab some more. Isn't it kind of cool that you can just take minions out of a lane and use them to be a part of the battlefield? It's such an interesting concept. Okay, let's go up here while that's working. And we're gonna go ahead and clear out this wave.
Reports confirmed. The dozer is ours.
Ooh, big attack coming in. We now have the dozer, though. So that's good for us. Attacking. Sending minions to lock him down and do damage. Love that. Coming back for more minions. Okay, big attack coming my way. I'm going to go ahead and go in for engage and ult. Then we're going to pop our shields quickly, because that person actually has a massive stun that I don't want to deal with. There it is. It's going to lock me down, but lucky for me, I am a tanky boy. And we get the pick. Now our top lane is currently pushing. You can see our bulldozer moving straight into the enemy territory.
Lights out.
Ooh, I missed the supply here.
Shield.
Now, that being in the enemy territory is not going to do too much, so I'm going to go ahead and grab these minions instead and take them to the middle lane.
Did you see that? We killed an enemy giant.
And I'm going to go ahead and flank this minion wave behind, send these guys through so they charge through and break them, and then flank the backside. Minions are now mine. Lovely. Keeping our last hits going. We're looking really, really good on money. Remember, we do have our shop there in the top lane if I ever want to get up there. Charging forward to take these out. Okay, we need a couple of cars here, so I'm gonna build a couple of these cars up. I think they're called like tanks, by the way. I just call them cars because I'm a child. I'm gonna stun this. Oh yeah, one thing that my hook does is it stuns turrets, which is really, really helpful. We're gonna cook through this guy, and he is now down. We're gonna come here and punch this and hit that on the right side. We clear out their minions, and life is looking quite good for us. Okay, Greymane's going in, so I'm gonna go ahead and charge forward. Use my E on the purple because I eat their shields. Focusing the Cloud Lady, she does more damage to clean her up. Nice.
Just saw a second giant fall.
Okay, so it looks like the generator was killed by one of my teammates, so we can now push forward here and start working on this tower. Now we do need minions, obviously. Let's grab some minions, throw them over here, and now we walk forward. Now, one thing to note is that in order to win the game, you have to kill 2 out of 3 of these that are in the back. Now, when you do kill one, it is going to spawn your opponents. Watch this. They instantly spawn.
Their central bastion is
So you need to back away from that if you are not ready. Which, you can see why there.
Giant fool.
So, we're gonna go ahead and back now.
Dreams are in the
Or at
mud.
least trying to. Surely I get out of here. Beautiful. Let's grab Screwdriver Medic. Restore energy equal to 10% of all damage taken, and then Ultimate Accelerator. Cool. So we're looking pretty good, money-wise. I can do one more upgrade, I believe. Yes, I can. Area effect, we're going to put that on my W. Which means I have a larger area to hit more people. Okay, top lane has a pretty big push coming its way, so I'm going to walk over here. Oh, looks like the opposing team gave up, or we grabbed one more. So that's pretty much a good synopsis of how to play March of Giants. I hope you enjoy. I hope you come hang out on our stream over at twitch.tv/TrikSlyr. I'm playing for a couple more days before I go on vacation, but I'll make sure I put out more videos on this game. I love MOBAs in general, and I think it's really important to try and teach people everything about the games that we're playing, because I think a lot of toxicity comes from people not knowing things, right? So I want to try and avoid that by getting as much information as I can out. And of course, if you heard anything incorrect on my stream, I'm always down to learn more about it. So thanks for hanging out, and I appreciate you all. Good luck, and have fun.